Welcome to Flixit. Today, we're diving into the captivating film Say Yes. Get ready to watch. But before we delve into the movie, don't forget to say yes to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more exciting content. The film starts with Allison talking about how she used to say yes to everything. She would always step out of her comfort zone and try new things. When she met Carlos, she found someone to connect with because he was also always willing to say yes to new things. That all changed when they became parents to Katie, Nando, and Ellie. And they always have to tell their kids no to keep them from hurting themselves. Katie asks Allison if she can go to a concert, flixit, with her best friend Layla. But Allison doesn't want her 14-year-old daughter out with strangers. Nando makes a waffle volcano and laments that the catalyst in there didn't go off until Allison slams a book down near the plate, shooting her in the face with plenty of catalyst. Allison drives Katie and Nando to school while Carlos brings Ellie. Katie and Nando hate the music their mom plays while Carlos plays whatever he wants and Ellie likes it. Afterward, both parents go to take care of business. Carlos is the boss at his electronics company where he has to be the tough boss that everyone is nervous around. Allison goes to a job interview where she is told that she is overqualified and that the hiring executive just wants a millennial who is easy to push around. Allison and Carlos are called in for a parent-teacher conference with Katie and Nando's teachers. Katie wrote a haiku where she makes Allison sound like she is keeping her as a prisoner, while Nando makes a video comparing her to a dictator in the same vein as Stalin and Mussolini. Hurt by these, Allison and Carlos go to the cafeteria to talk, where she feels bad about being the bad cop parent, while Carlos is the fun one. They are overheard by the guidance counselor, Mr. Deacon, who tells the parents that they should get their kids to agree to a yes day, where the parents must agree to whatever their kids ask of them for a full 24 hours. The outcome will get the kids to behave better and listen to their parents more. Allison and Carlos think it's a crazy idea until they talk about it more on the ride home. The parents pitch the yes day idea to the kids. While Nando and Ellie are on board, Katie thinks Allison would never budge for it. However, Allison challenges her daughter, saying that she can be as fun as she used to be. If Allison says no once during the yes day, then she has to let Katie go to the concert with Layla unsupervised. If Allison wins, then she can take Katie herself, which she doesn't want, because she thinks going with parents is lame. Allison then sets the ground rules for the kids being allowed to have their yes day, which is in 3 weeks' time. The kids, meanwhile, make plans of their own. On the morning of the yes day, the kids excitedly wake up to get things started. Allison bends her no jumping on the bed rule so that the kids can jump as freely as they like. The parents must also agree to the no screens rule, meaning Carlos can only make a quick call to work before they begin their day. Allison and Carlos agree to let Ellie do their makeup and pick out ridiculous outfits for them to wear. The kids get their parents to take them to an ice cream shop where Nando orders the Gutbuster, an ice cream monstrosity that is $40 or free if the party can finish it in under 30 minutes. The family goes for it and begins devouring the ice cream. But as they near the end, almost everyone is too full to finish. Carlos puts his skills to the test by taking everyone's spoon and consuming the remainder of it. He starts to feel nauseous, to which the shop employee states that they will lose if Carlos throws up. He then has to run to the bathroom, making the kids think they lost, until a patron runs out to confirm that Carlos did not throw up, as it is, in fact, coming out the other end. Everyone cheers. The next activity sees the kids directing Allison and Carlos to a car wash. The catch? They have to go through it with the windows down. After a brief concern, Allison and Carlos relent and get doused with water and foam. But everyone has fun like they are going through a ride at a water park, even though it fills the car with water. The kids then lead their parents to the park where they have orchestrated an elaborate game of capture the flag called Kablooey, which had them trick dozens of people into thinking they are auditioning for a reality show. The family splits into teams where they toss water balloons to each other that are filled with Kool-Aid. Allison gets really into it and even conspires with other contestants to beat her kids. Meanwhile, Carlos uses another man's phone to make a work call, and he is caught by Ellie. She promises not to tell the others when they see a baby crow has fallen from its nest. After Carlos returns the bird, the mama crow and other birds come attacking him until he runs away. The family goes to the hospital for Carlos's injuries, which are mild. However, he tells Allison he is feeling too tired to keep going and wants to go home. She soon realizes he is just looking for an excuse to go to work, and they have an argument. She steps outside and talks to the paramedic, Jean, who mentions that she convinced her wife to a yes day. But she wasn't happy about Jean using their money to buy a lot of ambulances. Allison then decides to take the kids to the Magic Mountain theme park and Carlos relents and agrees to it. They get a ride from Jean, who uses her ambulance to get them through traffic. The family has fun at the theme park until Allison sees Katie's phone and finds out that Layla wants to hook them up with older guys. Allison confronts Katie about it, who gets mad at her for snooping, and knowing that they were only coming up with the yes day to control their kids. Allison goes off with Carlos and spots a carnival game with a pink gorilla as a prize that she wants to win for Katie, since she used to play with one. Allison gets into a heated competition with another lady who wants the gorilla to add to her collection. Although Allison wins, the other lady gets defensive and claims that she won. They start to fight for the gorilla, with Carlos getting pulled into it, and the three of them are arrested. At the police station, the kids bond with Officer Jones before Katie gets Layla and her older cousin to pick them up, but she lies and says that their grandparents are getting them. They go home so that Nando can throw a nerd party for his classmates while Katie gets ready for the concert. She reconsiders at first, thinking she should stay to take care of her siblings, but they know how much she wants to go, and they tell her not to worry. Back at the station, Allison and Carlos are let out, but they see that their kids are gone. They find that Jones kept a notebook they left behind that mentions the party. Allison goes with Jones to the concert to find Katie, while Carlos goes home to check on the party. The party gets out of control when the boys start breaking things, while a neighbor girl shows up and has sugar when she isn't allowed any. To make matters worse, after the chaos at the party, with the boys wreaking havoc and the neighbor girl causing more trouble, Carlos arrives home to find the house in disarray. He immediately steps in, putting a stop to the chaos and making all the kids clean up the mess they've made. Meanwhile, Allison, accompanied by Officer Jones, rushes to the concert venue to find Katie. As they arrive, they see the crowds pouring out of the venue, but Katie is nowhere to be found. Frantically searching, Allison's heart sinks as she realizes she may have lost her chance to reconnect with her daughter. Just as hope seems to fade, a familiar voice calls out to Allison. It's Katie, standing with Layla, who explains that they left the concert early. Katie admits that her mom was right about the older guys, and she's grateful for her mother's concern. Tears well up in Allison's eyes as she embraces her daughter, relieved and overjoyed to have found her. Back at home, the family gathers together once again. Despite the ups and downs of the day, they've all learned valuable lessons about trust, communication, and the importance of family. With laughter and hugs, they reconcile, realizing that setting boundaries and saying no sometimes are acts of love. As the day comes to a close, Ellie has one last surprise for the family: a camping adventure in the backyard. Setting up tents under the stars, they huddle together, sharing stories and laughter, their bond stronger than ever. But just as they settle in for the night, Nando's innocent confession about disposing of the remaining catalyst leads to another foam explosion, filling the yard with laughter and foam once more. If you enjoyed our breakdown of Say Yes, hit the subscribe button now. Drop a comment to let us know which movie you want us to explain next. Stay tuned for more exciting content on Flixit.